Sports and physical activity are vital to the entire development of youth, which cultivate their physical, social, and emotional well-being. The advantage of sports go well beyond the impact of physical wellness, and the valuable educational benefits of sports should not be underestimated. This is the Positive Youth Sports Model. It is an action model for promoting positive youth development through sports based on extensive research on what works in athletic performance. Positive youth development, teamwork, and leadership. The Positive Youth Sports Model applies to athletes of all ages, sports, and competitive levels, right up to high school varsity and elite club teams. I believe that sports are a great influence on having a positive influence on the development of youth athletes. Sports provide young people with a structured experience early in life that provide them with a positive development that focuses on accountability, dependability, and team structure. I have played 3 sports every year, one per season since I could walk and run. I also played a year and a half of college baseball before I was injured. Was the varsity captain of my high school baseball team, and now coach youth baseball for Team Connecticut. Now getting older and seeing myself having children at some point in the near future, I want to give them any chance at having a positive, influential development into adulthood, and youth sports is a helpful aid in doing just that. Those who have kids or are expecting kids should look into extracurricular team activities to help aid them in having a positive development for their own children. The main points I will be talking about concerning youth sports as a positive developmental tool will be accountability, dependability, and team structure. Accountability is something that every serious youth athlete should learn very quickly because they cannot blame any mistakes they make on others because it is fairly obvious that they made the mistake and need to take responsibility for whatever it is. Dependability is something that may not take place until a little later in the developmental process because it has to be a consistent period where the athlete can be on time and be someone that their coaches and teammates know will be there for them and the entire team. Sports give youth athletes structure. They know they have to be somewhere at a certain time, and this allows them to properly plan for the other parts of their lives, which can lead to being more effective in those other areas, such as academics and other social activities. Accountability is defined as the actions toward or involving others that reflect the integrity of the person that you want to be. According to the article Trajectories of Participation in Athletics and Positive Youth Development, the Influence of Sport Type, youths who participated simultaneously in both individual and team sports showed the most favorable outcomes in development when compared to youth who did not participate in athletics. One of the most crucial things that I learned growing up and playing sports was that I had to take responsibility for my own actions, for whatever the reason was. If I made a mistake on or off the field of play, I knew that I had to explain it, not my teammates or not my parents. It was my mistake, and it was my obligation to take responsibility for it. This helps youth athletes later in life to take responsibility for their own actions as adults and make good on them. This can come from a strong parental structure as well, but youth sports can only progress that trait. Taking responsibility and doing the right thing for the greater good of the team can be applied in many ways once you reach adulthood and move into a career. Most places of business refer to their staff as a team, and they have to work together in order to complete the objective at hand, and this is something youth athletes can carry with them into adulthood. Youth athletes are also expected to be at practices and be at the games. This is another trait of being accountable. They need to show up on time and they need to show up prepared. Further development, this is an important task and an important role that they will learn and that they will carry into their adult lives. When they have to be somewhere, they are. When they have to meet a deadline, they get it done. These can all be related to things they learn as youth athletes. Being accountable consistently can lead me right to my next point, which is being dependable. Dependability is defined as consistent in performance or behavior, financially sound, reliable. Being dependable doesn't just mean showing up. It means showing up with a purpose and doing your absolute best every time on a consistent basis. This allows other youth athletes to have an example to look to that can ultimately lead to progression in their own development, without them even knowing. Showing up and doing exactly what you have to do every day is something that every coach loves to have in a player. By doing this at an early age, it will lead to having a very happy boss and a very happy company in your adult life, just because it will be something that was ingrained in you as a child playing youth sports. Learning these steps very early on in life through sports allows the development of a youth athlete to understand what it means to be dependable and to take that into their adult life. These steps are very crucial because after the athlete is done playing sports and moves into their chosen career path. It will allow them to already have the necessary traits to be successful in their chosen career. Constantly being there for your team and interacting with others builds team structure that they will use in their jobs and later on in other areas of their lives. The study done in the article, The Relationship Between Out-of-School Sport Participation and Positive Youth Development, shows that those who participated in sports only and sports plus another activity showed higher scores in all social activity, including personal responsibility and pro-social behavior, than those who did not have any sport activity or minimal sports activities. Speaking of team structure, one of the biggest things that team structure does for youth athletes is build confidence. They make the athletes feel that they are part of a team, and they make them feel that they are part of something important. This trait that comes from the development of all players on the team leads to something that I personally experienced in the workplace. At first, starting a new job is like joining a new team. After a while, the team starts to gel and build its structure and finds everyone's strengths and weaknesses. This is how they will operate and begin to accomplish tasks together. This exact experience will be something that they can learn from youth sports. Every team is different in their own aspects, and allowing your athletes to develop together and learn how to form their own team structure will help them later in life as well by using those tools they used as youth athletes and apply it to team structure in their jobs and personal social groups. The team structure also teaches youth athletes to respect their team and others by interaction and competition. These are skill sets that they can gain through youth sports and again take in their adult lives. All of these traits will positively impact their future social and professional lives. In the article, The Logic of Development, Constructing a Logical Model of Youth Development Through Sports, states that in recent years, considerable attention has been paid to the importance of programs in parks and recreation departments that promote positive youth development. These programs are designed not merely to decrease negative behaviors, but more importantly to assist youth in obtaining the competencies and assets that will help them develop into healthy adults in many different aspects of their lives. Sports allows our youths to have an impactful positive development that gives them the necessary tools leading into adulthood. Accountability, dependability, and team structure are all separate traits that youth athletes can use later on in their adult lives. They are necessary traits that they will use in the future and can only be progressed and fine-tuned through the competition of youth sports. If you can have a tool that can provide your child with the necessary tools in adulthood, why wouldn't you use it? Youth sports gives children these tools and also stimulates their physical well-being.